1, the tow vehicle. So today's episode we're going to be talking about the 200 series. This is a 2017 GXL 200 series Landcruiser. So a couple of reasons why we purchased it. It's a Toyota, we love them. And then secondly, being their service centers in most places, we figured if we're going to do any off-grid or go a little bit further out, we're going to have access to service centers and parts if we need them. All right, cool. So first thing I'm going to talk about the mods that we've done to this car, and we're going to start at the front. So the first thing is the TJM winch bar. So a couple of reasons why we went for this bar. So I really like the front of it here. So I don't like the big hoops. I wanted to try and save a little bit of weight. I think it only saves maybe 10 or 15 kilos, but it all helps. It also is winch compatible, so you've got your winch plate down there. And then it also allowed me to fit this light bar, slimline. It doesn't get in the way of the radiator, it just gives it a little bit more airflow. As we're towing, the more airflow we've got, the better the car performs. All right, next up, safari snorkels. So a couple of reasons we went with this snorkel specifically. ARB, that's what they sold, so we went with them. We got this put on when we put the suspension on and did the GVM upgrade and everything. We've always had a snorkel. Couple reasons is usually on dirt roads when you're behind a car, the dust is flicking up, and this just helps get rid of some of that dust, so it's sucking in cooler air, especially if you're in heavy traffic as well. You're getting a lot of the cooler air being sucked in from the front as opposed to trying to pull it in through the grill. And then also this allows you to do water crossings and stuff because it's a fully sealed snorkel. And safari snorkels have been around for years, so they know what they're doing, they fit well on the car, and they still look good. Okay, next up, wheels and tyres. So we kept the standard 17-inch rim, but we went the ROH Assault with the 285/70 17 tyres, so they're one size bigger than standard. The reason we went the ROH is because we wanted to put a GVM upgrade. They allowed us with the extra weight that we needed, and they were allowable for the engineering certificate, that they could carry the extra load. We also went with the Toyo Open Country light truck tyres. Heaps of reasons why. So I personally rate the Toyos. This is now our third set. So we had them up on our previous vehicle. We did Flinders Ranges, we've done beach driving, we've towed a lot with them, and they've never let us down. We haven't had a flat. We've never ripped any of the sidewall. Another reason why I went with the Toyos as well is because once I worked out the price between them and another larger manufacturer, a bigger brand, even with a warranty, I could replace 2 of these tyres and still be cheaper than buying 4 of another manufacturer. So that's another reason why the Toyos. I personally would get these again and just go the next model up. So that's one thing as well. But, you know, we could talk all day about tyres and everyone has their opinion, but that's just what we run, and they're the reasons why. All right, so the 200s are great tow vehicles, but unfortunately the payload in them is not really big enough if you want to have anything else apart from yourself in the car while you're towing. So we went through ARB and put on a Old Man Emu lift kit with GVM upgrade. So the upgrade actually put the GVM up to 4,015 kilos. They are about 3,600 standard. So we got a fair big upgrade on our GVM. So what that allows us to do is allows us just to carry more in the vehicle and allows us to take a bigger ball load from the caravan in the car. So it didn't change our GCM, so our gross combined mass didn't change any of that. All it does is allows us to carry a few more things and allow us to work the weights out and shuffle things around. In turn, that also lifted the vehicle ever so slightly. So it gives it a better stance. It actually handles better because the springs are stiffer. And on corrugated roads and stuff, the suspension handles a lot better than just the standard Toyota springs and shockers. So yeah, so that's why we went with that one. And being ARB, there's service centers everywhere. So we figured that if anything goes wrong, there's always a chance to get it fixed in most towns. Okay, cool. So next, the engine. So we actually did do a tune on this vehicle, purely because we are towing so much. The engine itself is fairly powerful, plenty of torque, and does do really well, but we just wanted a bit more comfort, make it a little bit easier. Toyotas especially are notorious for changing gears all the time, so we also had a trans tune done, which allows the vehicle to hold 5th gear while we're towing, and it doesn't jump back and forth and heat up the torque converter, which then causes your car to overheat or your trans to overheat. Also fitted a radius fabrication airbox. Reason for this one is it was a pretty good price. It was just a bolt-in kit, so it just came with everything you needed, and it uses a standard air filter. The reason why we changed this is 200 series, their airboxes don't seal properly. I never experienced it, and this has always been pretty good, but it was like $1,000. It was a bit of insurance knowing that we're not going to blow a turbo or blow the motor. All right, cool. So now for the back of the vehicle. So another reason why we did the GVM upgrade is because we wanted to put a drawer system of some sort to be able to carry some extra stuff, carry the fridge, anything else the kids need. We don't generally carry a lot of stuff in here anyway, but if we need to, we can. So we put in a 120 amp hour AGM Kickass battery kit. So that has the DC to DC charger, low voltage cutout, everything like that, and it's all wired in through Anderson plugs, so it's really easy to do. Then we have the King's 1500 watt inverter. So that allows us to charge any batteries, cameras, whatever it is, we can charge straight off the battery with the inverter. Then we've got the solar input. So this battery charger allows us to put a solar blanket on the car. So I carry a 200 watt solar blanket with the car, and I also can use that on the caravan if we need extra solar or the sun's in a weird place and we can move that around. Cool, so we've built all this up. We put in all the switch panel and everything in, and the battery monitor. We've got the XTM drawers. So we had these before, but we kept them. Couple reasons. So that drawer is good sized drawer and it's lockable. But then because we put the inverter in, we can actually use an induction cooktop. So this allows us to cook. And then we also have a chopping board as well. So we can actually prep food or whatever else we want to do on the side of the road on big trips. Then we have the King's 30 litre fridge, drawer fridge. So we originally had a bigger fridge, 45 litre, but we found that we weren't using the whole fridge. And Hayley, being about 3 foot tall, couldn't actually reach in. So with the drawer fridge, it's hardwired in, Anderson plugged in, but we found that we only really carry drinks and bits and pieces in this fridge anyway because we've got the big caravan fridge. So this worked perfect for us. Also, I put in a set of rock lights. So these rock lights are just the King's ones. I think they're about 40 bucks. So I wired these in, they're back through into this switch panel here, and they also allow you to have an orange glow and a white light. So orange is great for bugs, and then you've got the white light as well. So we did all that. All right, cool. So that is the end of episode 1. So if you have any questions, comments, or anything, don't forget, put them down below. Also, don't forget to subscribe because it does help us, and then hopefully create more content that you guys want to see. Also, if you do want to see something specifically, just send us a message, DM us, let us know, and we'll look into what we can do and how we can go about doing that for you. So for now, we'll see you next episode.